KTUL TV in Tulsa, Becky Dixon, Bob Hauer, Carol Lambert, and meteorologist Travis Meyer. This is News 8's Dayline.
Good morning and thanks for joining us once again. 3 years ago, the economic picture for Tulsa looked pretty bright. The oil business was booming and so was the city. Tulsa was a part of the Sun Belt, that attractive part of the country where jobs were plentiful and the weather was warm. Carol Lambert. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Becky. Good morning, everyone. 3 people are dead after a bomb ripped through the busiest airport in Western Europe. Police say 24 others were injured in the explosion at the Frankfurt, West Germany airport. The bomb was hidden at the ticket counter of an Italian airline. No one is claiming responsibility for the attack.
Of City Hall and the city government, I've seen a lot of effort being put together by the city and the Chamber of Commerce to try and attract new businesses, to try and get the message out to people across the country about what Tulsa has to offer.
Clyde, what is the Chamber doing to bring new business to the city? What are some of your specific projects?
As Jean's pointed out, we try to develop a game plan in conjunction with the city that will take into consideration the long-range needs, which is really a diversification of our city. We think that game plan is in place. We think it's working. We're seeing some results.
In conjunction with the Chamber, specifically, what is the city doing in this effort?
Well, actually, the Chamber is working primarily on the attraction kinds of activities and the tourism kind involved, which does include some interest in venture capital funds and providing some study support on that. And also, we're working on international trade and trying to get interested businessmen in the community involved in assessing where we are. We have the Port of KTUL, which is a real asset that everyone talks about how underutilized it is, and we're working with the Chamber and the Port of KTUL and the airport and other industries within the city that are interested in aerospace kinds of activities.
What's the latest? Jean mentioned General Motors Saturn plant project. What is the latest on that? Have we had any new information?
Not to my knowledge. We haven't had any finite answers as to when they plan to make an announcement.
Yeah, they announced, I think, several weeks ago that it'll be maybe 4 or 5 months before they make a final decision. It's a major kind of determination for that company, and so I'm sure they're not going to rush into it.
What do you think our chances are?
I think our chances of...
Said the city's economy was booming, the oil business was booming. Looking back, was there any indication that the oil business would not be able to maintain that peak?
I think there was.
The city and the Chamber working together, it's going to work, but it's going to take some time.
Let's hope it does work. Thank you all very much for joining us this morning. And up next on Dayline, Bob Hauer with not 1, but 3 waiting children. Stay with us. We'll meet them right after this. For his Waiting Child series. And Bob, I understand you have a triple treat for us this morning.
You're right about that. This morning, not 1 waiting child, but 3. 2 brothers and a sister who want to be adopted together. What you see here are healthy, happy children at one of the playgrounds at Tulsa's River Parks. Now, most of them live with their parents, but 3 of them don't. They're brothers and sisters. 3 tigers.
Well, let's hope they don't have to wait, Bob.
They're wonderful kids.
They certainly are. Wouldn't they make a happy addition to the family? Thank you very much. Still to come on Dayline, Travis Meyer with the weather for the rest of this work week. How long will this nice, cool weather be with us? We'll find out. Stay with us. It's now 11:45. Time to turn once again to Travis Meyer and find out about the weather. Travis, I don't think you could improve on it, but go ahead and try.
Becky, I've been sleeping so well these last couple of nights.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, I tell you, this is something to enjoy. And hopefully we'll be able to keep it up that way. In northeastern Oklahoma, lots of sunshine around right now, and it looks like we're going to be in for a great afternoon and possibly one more great night of sleep before we start to see temperatures warm up again. Currently out at Tulsa International Airport, we're showing temperature reading is 74 degrees. That's not bad, especially when you couple that with the humidity, which is at 56%, which is fairly low. Winds are out of the northeast right now at 3 miles per hour and pressure at 30.14, and that is rising. Well, the pollen count today is once again quite high. That's at 2,208, primarily made up of mold spore. In fact, 2,100 is mold. Air quality 34, which is good, and soil temperatures range from 80 degrees yesterday afternoon to 70 degrees this morning. Well, it was a cool morning across much of the nation. You can see temperatures were in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. In fact, the coolest temperatures to be found were out in the Rocky Mountain regions just to the west of us. Also, 40s extended into western portions of Kansas, also into the panhandle sections of Oklahoma, and that's very cool for this time of year. In fact, the temperature this morning dropped down 10 degrees below normal for this time of year here in Tulsa, and so that's nice to be able to enjoy that. And it seems like we've been enjoying some very nice spring, late spring weather, I should say almost early summer as we approach that day. At the present time, you can see that we still have some warm temperatures to the southeast of us and also down to the southwest of us, as overnight lows only dropped into the 80s, and they're zooming up already this morning. And reason being is high pressure is only across the central part of the United States, and that's the only place where there's cool Canadian air, and those are allowing northerly breezes out of Canada to come down across much of the central plains, and they're moving through Oklahoma, and that's bringing those cool relief to all those hot temperatures that we have seen. Thunderstorms still down to the southeast of us. All the heavy thunderstorms developed yesterday afternoon or in last night in portions of the extreme southern portions of Oklahoma and northern Texas have moved on to the south and southeast. And as this high-pressure system starts to move to the east, we'll start to see a return of southwesterly winds in our area, and that means warmer temperatures. Speaking of temperatures, right now, generally across the area, we have them all in the mid-70s, 73 degrees in Veneta as well as Bartlesville, Coffeyville, here in Tulsa at the airport. And temperatures are going to be warming up fairly nicely this afternoon, probably reaching into the mid-80s down to the southwest of us, low 80s across much of the northeastern part of the state. And you can see that the chance of thunderstorms in Oklahoma really not existing. Best chance of some thunderstorms, some approaching severe levels, will be out to the west of us in West Texas, and showers and thunderstorms to the southeast of us. Great weather, as I mentioned, is expected for our area for today. High pressure will continue to move to the east, and as it moves to the east, we'll continue to see warming weather, and that will continue through tomorrow afternoon. Our forecast for this afternoon specifically calling for some great weather. Afternoon high 83 degrees. Winds light out of the north 5 to 10. Then for tonight, fair and cool. Overnight low 63 degrees. Tomorrow, looking for a sunny day. It'll be breezy and warmer. Afternoon high 89. Wouldn't you know it, the closer we get to the weekend, Friday calling for a chance of some thunderstorms Saturday as well, and mild on Sunday. So the thunderstorms will come into our forecast. Good chance Friday night and again on Saturday. But that's the way the ball bounces.
But right now, you deserve a gold star for today and tomorrow.
That's right.
Thanks, Travis.
Okay.
In the news, right now, Dallas firefighters are battling a huge blaze in the city's northern section. We understand the fire started and it is for the governor to sign it. History is about to be made today in Oklahoma. The state's first mixed beverage license will be issued.
All right, thank you very much, Carol. The Reverend Jim Black devotes a great deal of his time helping prison inmates. This Friday night, Reverend Black is spearheading. Reverend Black, what is the purpose of this conference?
Becky, the purpose of this conference is to acquaint the community with what goes on in the prison, how that we can...
Dayline, a look ahead to the rest of our week, plus Mr. Food barbecues burgers. Stay with us.
Better deal from any other company. Call right now and receive 45% off on all top quality vinyl siding at Green Country Siding.
Want to be a part of your house.
Planning an outdoor barbecue? Well, if so, this morning Mr. Food tells us there are burgers on our shelf that will keep away the boredom at our...
It's still easy, and it's a nice novelty, and ooh, it's so good.
For today's recipe, send a stamped self-addressed envelope to Mr. Food, KTUL TV, Post Office Box 8, Tulsa 74101, and be sure to ask for the June 19th recipe. Coming up tomorrow on Dayline, we'll tell you how you can put your best foot forward on a job interview. Also tomorrow, we'll meet the newly crowned Mrs. Oklahoma. Tracy England is preparing for the Mrs. America pageant coming up next month, but controversy clouds the picture for Mrs. Oklahoma. We'll tell you why tomorrow on Dayline. Hope you'll join us at 11:30.